Madagascar, a place I had been dying to visit ever since I was a young child. I had always been desperate to explore its unique environments and wildlife. By May 2018, this dream was finally coming true as I set off for Madagascar. We landed in the country's capital city, Antananarivo, where we briefly explored the city's vast rice paddies and drove through the city centre. Although we didn't stay there long, as the next morning we had to head down to Fort Dauphin, a small city on the southeast coast of Madagascar. It was an early start, but thankfully the flight only lasted about an hour, and we soon arrived at Fort Dauphin. The city had a stunning backdrop, with mountains on one side and lush beaches on the other. We wandered around for the day, exploring different parts of the city. But like Antananarivo, we weren't here long, as we had to catch a 4x4 the next day in order to get to our next destination. The journey was long and bumpy. We drove past many herds of zebu and also various secluded villages. We were heading to the rainforests of Sainte Luce, one of the last remaining forest fragments in the area, in order to help out with the conservation efforts there, as well as meet some of its unique wildlife. Okay, so after a 4-hour car journey, we have finally arrived in these beautiful villages around Sainte Luce, and we're just about to get on a boat just to head over to the forest. We trekked through the small rural village, in which we then had to cramp into a small dugout canoe in order to make the last step of our journey. Although the stunning scenery made time go by, and we soon arrived at the park entrance of Sainte Luce. Okay, so here we are just outside Sainte Luce Reserve, so let's see where we will be staying for the next month and a half. The rooms were inevitably going to be basic, however they were surprisingly comfortable for the duration of my time here. Here we are. Very basic, but is what I was expecting. I actually quite like it. The camp lies just on the outskirts of the forest and has an absolutely stunning backdrop, with traveller's trees glistening in the distance and mountains silhouetting in the background. The views here were to die for, however being the Malagasy winter, it soon turned dark, and that's when we met our first wild encounters. Okay, so we're just setting up our bedrooms, and my bed's just down here, and look what's just above it. A very large huntsman spider just above the bed. Despite their general unfortunate reputation, the spiders here were absolutely harmless, although they did turn up in some rather awkward places. Right next, so there's a door lock, he's sitting right there next to it. Awesome. Although the huntsmen were very useful when it came to killing pests such as cockroaches. However, this wasn't the only predator lurking around camp. That snake. Snake. This attractive yellow colubrid was found making its way through camp, on the hunt for lizards and skinks. This was a Malagasy cat-eyed snake, a naturally nervous species. Here you can see the snake is in a defensive position, prepared to strike if necessary. There are no dangerous snakes here in Madagascar, however this particular species has a mild venom. Rear-facing fangs make it very difficult to envenomate a person. The snake was soon fed up of our presence, and slithered over the dining area in order to hide behind the kitchen. Snakes are incredibly patient hunters, and this one ended up coiling up and waiting for us all to go to sleep, so we could head out hunting again. And there you go, not bad for our first night, and that really did make me excited to see what else Madagascar had in store for me over the next few months. From this episode onwards, I can promise you the wild encounters will be much more full on as we delve further into Madagascar's natural world. So if you're interested in seeing what I encounter next, please hit that subscribe button below and leave a like as well, Also check out my website and Instagram, both will be in the description, and I'll see you next time.